Leo, I'm hearing that there's a review on past choices that have been made, past actions that have been done. You're reviewing yourself here. Let's have a look for you. Welcome to the Arcana Veil. We have Capricorn face up and messages. Is there a message that you're waiting for from a Capricorn? We have the first house here. There's a focus on the self. You are definitely going through some sort of personal self-growth adjustment here, which is really related to the basic nature of your ability to apply a strategy. If this was not a person, this is definitely a process in how you will apply the next path going forward. By looking at what you've encountered in the past, you'll know how to adjust your present moment in leading you forward. There's a lot of development here over the emotional, spiritual side. Personally, what strategies are you using now? What disciplines are you building back up again? There's a change in lifestyle, personal lifestyle, perhaps also even some sort of detoxing, physical detoxing that you're going to be doing. There's a message that you're waiting for. You're waiting for some sort of answer to come to you in regards to making the next choice a viable one. Let's have a look for you what the tarot says. We have the Ace of Swords here. We have the Five of Wands, instability, ego refinery. Five of Wands, communication, the messages perhaps. Maybe a little difficult to get them through to you. Maybe there's a lot of other sort of energies around you that are kind of trying to slow down the messages coming to you. Maybe there's the Queen of Swords here in the first house. Using your mental space to bring the energy into an alignment for you. There's the Six of Coins here. And there's something called Judgy. So there's a little bit of external observations or focuses on you while you're putting down the information. This could be for someone that's actually working. I'm picking up that there's a little bit of some sort of jealousy happening around the workplace, the workspaces. There's also some sort of aligning yourself to needing to strategize the pathway that you're about to take. This is for the collective Leo. Therefore, Leo, placement inside of your chart, this will be for you. This is a timeless reading. There is no specific time. It's just based on the energy that we read through the etheric form. There is the Five of Wands. That it seems to be something a little bit more needing to find the answers through this clutteredness of what it is that you're trying to figure out here. There seems to be perhaps an influence or an external influences or something that is causing you to feel a little bit self-doubt within yourself here, but overall you're not really letting that measure you. It's not really something that's actually going to place you into the position that you don't choose that, so therefore you're not going to be in there. What I'm seeing here is that there's a focus on working, bringing a lot of financial stability back into your life. There's change happening from the inside out. You are cutting through old cords of the past, breaking through old visions and ideas of things that have happened in your past that you believe that may have been the shape of your consciousness. Overall, you're also needing to deal with some I wanted to say quite a few words. I wanted to swear here, which probably is how you feel. I wanted to say some efforts that are very judgmental over your life path. and what you're making. It's like, what are you making there? I want to do that too. I want to do that too. Who's doing this? I want to know what you're doing. That's what I'm picking up. So there's some sort of group there that you're dealing with as well. Maybe it's surrounding you. Maybe it's your neighborhood. Maybe there's some unhappy folks that just don't like people to, grow and expand in their life path. That's very strange. I just tasted crumbed chicken. Maybe that's someone's favorite dish. Maybe it's something that you're making. So we're going to be seeing what is in the subconscious. I need to make space so that these cards can fit on the table. Let's have a look for you in the subconsciousness. We see the the Empress. Under the Ace of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles under the Five of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords overshadowed by the Hermit. Obviously, there's some parts of you that are not speaking up as much as you should. It's difficult to speak up about it, I suppose, especially if you don't really see them. We have the Lovers here under the Six of Coins, and can we see on the Judges, on the judgmental Three of Pentacles? Okay, so this is definitely a few parts in here. Some of the parts are related to persons that you are encountering, that are around you, that are perhaps causing a little bit of distress and some doubt inside of your consciousness here. Then we have some overthinking taking place, but then that's because Mars is conjunct Pluto. So Pluto is the conscious mind and the soul. It's all there, and it's all being sort of like something picking at your mind. So you're going to experience all of that frequencies coming through right now. Maybe you're impacted a little bit harder because there's Saturn or Capricorn within your placement that's perhaps also making you overthink and try to establish certain things. But at the same time, you don't have flat wheels. You're still going across the country. You're still traveling forward. You're meeting everything that you're supposed to meet on the way here. This is the lion that's roaring and waiting for the herd, the pride to return the call back, as in waiting for someone to respond back to you. The Lovers here, you could be waiting for someone to give you back that reconnection. There is something like that, but that person seems to be a little vague. If you were with someone, overall, if I'm reading the person's energy, I can actually see that they're definitely focused on you, but they are also a little bit more obsessed with themselves. So it's kind of like causing some more clutter overall for what you're experiencing here. And then you're returning back into your consciousness part. Your hermit, you pull yourself back towards yourself, because that's what you do, because you're aware of your direction. And you know that you are the Empress in your journey, and that is the pathway that you take. And whatever you're doing right now, if certain people are needing to reach out to you, you're not going to run after them. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing the Three of Pentacles here as a suggestion, as suggesting that you are able to make the next track work. In terms of your business, your job, where you work, how you bring your income in, and just to keep things a little bit more quiet. Don't say too much about your personal life to people. People are seeming to be a little bit impacted by the changes that are taking place right now, which is, of course, as you know, temporary. Let's have a look for you at the bridge. Although I can see that you're pretty much doing the thing that you're supposed to do here. We have the Five of Wands. Okay. Right next to the Five of Wands. So there's this problem. You are struggling with some people. there's a nexus point here that is over the Empress and over the Knight of Pentacles. So there's perhaps a little argument that you're having with a certain person or place or thing that is impacting you on a mental level, that's making you doubt yourself in some way. For some of you, if you're not in that particular position, I am picking up also people that are fighting for grant to come from a divorce case settlement here. And the energy says, yes, you do get it, but you'll get it in a slower increments than you might think. But in the end, you do get you get what you need to get from that divorce. So it's just a way in how you present the information to that person, place or thing that will qualify the message to align with you so that you get that income coming towards you. That's just for someone very specific. It's not for every Leo, of course. And so we're looking here overall. I'm reading for all the people that are looking at Leo. We have the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, it's gonna make you feel a little bit emotional. That's just because of the way that it's impacting your thoughts. You don't like to fight. That's basically in your nature. You're a peacemaker. And so trying to make so much peace, sometimes you should just let the swords also stay where they are. You're being advised here to not let too much of that mental anguish impact your thoughts and make you feel like you have restless nights, because that's not going to be helpful for you. You now know the outcome is that it's going to be better than you think it will be. And you know that there's a lot of stuff taking place outside of you that's trying to throw you off course. And so you know that the way you're handling it is perfect, because you go within yourself here. You use the Queen of Swords and you go into yourself to be able to analyze and pick apart and cut off what doesn't belong to you anymore. You reassert your thoughts back into your consciousness so that your soul is able to go forward in a much more healthier way. A little bit over the heart of the nature here. We have the Six of Cups here. Definitely suggesting that this is something that you've done before. You've been doing it for quite a long time prior to that. And you've done it before and you came out working better than you did before. So therefore you're applying the same recipe you did, maybe grandma's chicken, New Orleans chicken, spicy and sweet chicken. That's just very, very direct, something very specific. I'm not hungry. This is something that I'm picking up on. We have the Nine of Wands. It fell on the ground here. Maybe you've got New Orleans people. Maybe you have. Maybe it's Texas. I don't know the states really well. I'm just saying what comes to my mind, to my thoughts here, as it's being shown to me. We have the Nine of Wands here, indicative of that, of the fact that you're trying to re-establish that relationship back with that person. You're bringing that choice back in. You're bringing it within a better way of understanding whether the person's actually worth connecting with. If you're pursuing someone, if you're pursuing that person, you are reapplying the same recipe and you are going to come up with a different outcome. So no, this is not delusional. I'm hearing someone wants to know, am I just delusional for trying the same thing? And I'm saying, no, you're not, because the outcome here is Nine of Wands, suggesting you've fortified your fire. That is your energy that you're using here. You keep using your energy to essentially make it burn higher, lower, more even. Air, a lot of air. The swords are just tempering your fire. So really, when you're thinking and feeling, you're trying to bring yourself into balance here. So yes, your outcomes will be different because you keep correcting your own errors, your own mistakes. You are self-correcting here, which is what it should be. That is how you help yourself. That is a part of self-love. Let's have a look for you, the Three of Pentacles here and the Judgy folk. Eight of Wands. Okay, so whomever is connected to the person that you are most likely connected to on an emotional level has perhaps a bunch of others around that like to be part of the peanut gallery to give commentary on your life. However, if this is not something that is in your life path, if you do not have that, this Eight of Wands is suggesting that you have now perfected your pathway going through a difficult situation. You've done that and you've encountered more energy and you didn't lose as much as you expected to lose. So you are essentially out of that cycle now. You've moved forward from it. I will leave this with you, Leo. I hope this has given you some guidance and some affirmations. Until next time. Bye.